From the moment sound leaves the speakers until it reaches your ears, it changes a lot. That's why every theater or concert hall has experienced technicians and acoustic engineers who fine-tune the sound system to match the room. But when you're listening at home, it's near impossible to achieve that same high level of room adaptation. To begin, the sound bounces back off the wall behind the speakers and creates interference, especially in the bass. This already messes up a lot. To make things worse, the bass in a room is kind of trapped and builds up so-called standing waves. The side walls, the floor, the ceiling, they all reflect the sound, so it becomes harder to perceive where the sound is coming from. And on top of that, most rooms have windows, furniture and a lot of other things that all reflect and change the sound. And this is just for stereo, 2 speakers. If you add a subwoofer or even additional surround speakers, things get really complicated. More than 2 decades ago, we developed an electronic room correction system that corrected the sound, trying to acoustically calibrate the speakers to the room they are in. It was the usual one-spot measurement approach, right at the listening position, and we were able to measure the frequency response and then make a perfect room correction curve, completely linearizing the music signal. It measured clean and looked very good in the graph. But then, suddenly we realized that linear sound correction didn't always sound better. Not everyone liked the result. This led us to ask ourselves some really tough questions, like, are we looking at room correction totally wrong? Is there something not right with linear sound? Does electronic room correction spoil the good qualities of a loudspeaker? Are we actually measuring the room correctly? Is it possible to collect better data? Based on these challenges, we started all over again. We had to trust our ears and realize this approach is too simple. So we invested countless engineering hours on further research and endless experiments, and along the way, laid the foundation for what was to become RoomPerfect, our new advanced room correction system, a patent with over 50 individual elements. RoomPerfect truly analyzes all of the acoustical problems in the room. It maps the room in 3D. It measures at several different microphone positions using a high-quality microphone and our own developed measurement signal. It captures the actual sound energy from the speakers across the room. With every measurement, RoomPerfect not only understands the room, but it takes into account the unique sound character of the speakers. It doesn't linearize everything. It also considers psychoacoustics, meaning we, as humans, perceive sound and music. When we finally tried RoomPerfect for the first time, the real room acoustical problems were resolved and not overcorrected. But more importantly, it actually led to a substantially better sound experience, with better definition in the bass, better imaging and sound staging, more focus, less boom, and surprisingly, less listening fatigue. With a negative influence of the room in check, the listening experience becomes more pure and closer to the natural sound. Our favorite music and movies sound better than ever before, in any room.